Lake Baikal in Russia, the oldest and deepest freshwater body in the world, has scientists on alert as its water level keeps falling. Well, in 1 year, the water level has dropped almost half a metre and now is 13 centimetres below the critical mark. This is the lowest in about 20 years. Authorities are blaming several continuous dry years, but scientists also say hydroelectric power plants are using too much water.
Some scientists think that nothing bad is happening to Lake Baikal and that fluctuations of 1 metre in the water level are normal. But we have to understand that it's normal when it happens throughout the year naturally and not suddenly because of the hydroelectric station.
And the waters have declined almost to what's sort of the minimum that the government would like to see, and the minimum as to what we know that the ecology, as we know of it, can stand. So I think it is an issue that needs to be monitored all the time. If the lake levels were being lowered at a time when the fish are vulnerable, especially when they're spawning in the shallow water, then of course that is very problematic.
Greece, Portugal and Ireland are among the countries most affected by the EU's recent financial crisis. And when the International Monetary Fund, the European Central Bank and Brussels stepped in, their aim was to help their economies. Or was it? Well, that's the question that Anita Nawe asked the director of a film examining the results of the Troika's financial aid.
How's European recovery going? The euro and dollar are almost neck and neck. Unemployment is rampant, and many are facing the crisis of whether or not to leave the EU to look for work. Some would say there's been no recovery at all, especially those who followed the trail of the Troika, a group meant to help the economy, but who might be destroying it.
In 2010, the European Troika came to help Greece, Ireland, Portugal and Spain. But what was the real effect of their intervention?
Ήταν ένα δημόσιο σύστημα υγείας που ήθελε μεγάλες μεταρρυθμίσεις και βαθιές μεταρρυθμίσεις, αλλά ήθελε φτιάξιμο, όχι καταστροφή.
How impressive has the economic recovery been?
If I don't have a job in June next year, I have to leave.
In 30 or 40 years, we will have lost 4 million citizens in Portugal.
40% of the whole population.
60–70% of the people I know have left.
60–70% of your friends have left?
Yeah, gone.
And who profits from their aid?
In my view, it's one of the biggest scandals in the history of the Eurozone. Some people made billions out of this transaction.
Joining us in the now is Harald Schumann. He's one of the authors of this film, a German journalist and best-selling author. Thanks for being with us. Tell us, what did the Troika do here?
This program is designed to make these countries pay their debts, and it follows a very outdated political economic concept, meaning that you can consolidate the balance sheet of an indebted economy simply by cutting expenses and by increasing taxes. But this is a completely wrong concept because it cannot work.
So then the question, of course, is why? Why would the Troika undermine national economies when they're created to improve them?
It was because the German government and also other governments in the Eurozone had a problem to explain to their voters why we should give billions and billions of euro of credit to an over-indebted country.
We've got more news coming your way after a short break, including the potential dangers of Wi-Fi on passenger planes. Stay with us.